Sony just removed the one camera feature their fans loved most, replaced it with something 4 times more powerful, and called it progress. And honestly, they might be right. Sony has always played by their own rules. While every other brand was busy making phones thinner and flashier, Sony was quietly doing something different with the Xperia 1.8, and what they changed in the camera department is the kind of decision that splits the internet right down the middle. The Xperia 1.7 and every model before it going back 4 generations had a continuous optical zoom on the telephoto lens. Think of it exactly like a point and shoot camera, where you could slide smoothly from close to far without ever losing sharpness. Sony removed that completely on the Mark 8. Gone. Fixed telephoto only, locked at 70mm. Now before you close the video, here's what they gave in exchange. The new telephoto sensor is 48 megapixels and it is 4 times physically larger than the sensor in the previous model. 4 times the size means 4 times the light, which translates directly into sharper images in dark environments and dramatically more detail when you zoom in digitally beyond the fixed range. This is not a downgrade wrapped in marketing language. This is a genuine trade, and whether it works for you depends entirely on how you shoot. The main camera stays the same 48 megapixel wide lens with optical stabilization, and so does the ultra wide. But Sony has now applied something called raw multi-frame processing across every single camera on this phone. What that means in plain language is that the phone takes several frames simultaneously and intelligently merges them to protect highlight detail and shadow detail at the same time. No more washed out skies, no more crushed dark areas. And now here's where things get genuinely exciting, because the camera hardware is only half the story. If you want to know what is powering all of this, stay with me. The Xperia 1.8 runs on the brand new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. That is Qualcomm's most powerful chip to date, promising 20% faster processing, 23% better graphics, and up to 20% less battery drain compared to last year. Sony is using the artificial intelligence engine inside that chip for a feature called AI Camera Assistant. You point the camera at any scene and it reads the subject, the lighting, the conditions, and suggests exactly what settings will make the shot better. One tap to accept or ignore it completely and do it yourself. It is like having a professional photographer whispering in your ear every single time you open the camera app. If you are finding this useful, now is a great time to like and subscribe so Sony does not sneak another one of these past you. The phone also does something that actual smartphone buyers care deeply about, but brands keep quietly killing. It has a 3.5mm headphone jack, which in 2026 is practically endangered. It also has a microSD card slot for expandable storage, something Samsung removed from the Galaxy S series years ago. These are not gimmicks for a small group of users. They are features that remove friction from real daily use. The display is a 6.5-inch flat panel with up to 120 Hz refresh rate for smooth scrolling, and the camera sits in the top bezel with no punch hole cutting into your screen. The battery is 5,000 milliamp hours. Charging maxes out at 30 watts wired and 15 watts wireless, and that is where Sony clearly left points on the table. Those numbers were average in 2024, and they feel genuinely behind in 2026. Pricing starts at 1,500 euros for the 12GB, 256GB model. There is also a 1TB exclusive edition at 2,000 euros. Order during the pre-order window right now, and Sony throws in a free pair of WH-1000XM6 headphones, which are widely considered among the best noise-canceling headphones on the market. Shipping begins in June, so here's the real question this phone leaves you with. Sony made a deliberate choice to sacrifice flexible zoom that millions of people used every day in exchange for a much more powerful fixed telephoto lens. Every other brand is going wider with zoom range. Sony went deeper with sensor quality. Who made the right call? Tell me your answer in the comments, because this debate is not settled.